is listening to their conversation on the air. And so here's what transpires. This is great.
So, Roy, do you like the Steelers or the Patriots?
Well, I like the Patriots.
He likes Michael Vick. I got to stop this so that I don't distract him.
How great is that? I mean, come on.
That's amazing.
That's amazing. I mean, and I know you're a huge NFL fan. You're a big NBA fan.
I lost big this weekend.
Yeah. You're not scared to talk about the money you lay down on these games.
I lost huge this weekend.
So, and what you missed there was a conversation about Michael Vick.
Yes.
Well, I mean, what kind of money are you laying down on games on a given weekend?
Well, lately, like 2 weeks ago, I won like $1 million.
So wait a minute. Now let's roll it back. You just said you won $1 million, and then you said,
it was like a week. I won like $1 million, and,
oh,
you know, because I live in Las Vegas. So y'all got games on. They got Monday night games, Sunday and Thursday.
So these new NFL packages with games all week are either making your week or killing you on a given week.
Well, I lost a little bit.
So when you say you lost huge this weekend, why don't you quantify that for us?
I didn't lose $1 million, no.
No.
I didn't lose $1 million.
So you're still up between those two?
I lost a couple $100,000.
Couple $100,000.
Yeah.
You're a huge Patriots fan. Are you that big of a Patriots fan?
I was.
I lost.
I was.
What happened to the Patriots? How did they lose this last weekend?
You know
what's crazy about? Hey, Mark.
Between this weekend,
what's crazy about that game is at first I had money on the Patriots, but then I said no because they said Brady may not play. So then I put money on Drew Brees, and he can't play outside in the cold.
So there you go. That's how you lose 200 grand.
And then I put some more. Then I try to go get some get back and lost money on Brett Favre. So
can't throw good money after bad, Floyd. That's the way you
Joe, nothing was as bad as them going 18-1. I mean, that was the worst. Thank God I was in New Zealand. I was in New Zealand when it happened, so I figured I'm not going to hear everybody's phone calls because it was the 1 year where I actually talked shit. And I was actually rooting for the Giants because I have a lot of friends that are involved with the organization, and Steve Tisch is a good friend of mine, and there were wild cards. So I'm like, hoping Patriots beat them last game of the season. So I'm like, I hope they make the playoffs. It'll be nice. And then if they go to the Super Bowl, well, fantastic. You know, they'll, far surpass their expectations, but they won't win the game. And then I had 50-something voicemails by the time I got home from New Zealand, and but I was happy. I was happy for these guys. You know, we got a couple of rings, and they don't pay my bills, so I got to do what I got to do.
And I was there. We got a chance to do that game. How tired were you, Michael, of hearing about the New England Patriots during that little gap in time before you had to play them?
Was that like a, no pun intended, little gap in time? I see what Aikman was talking about at the beginning of the show. But you know what? We had played them the last game of the season, so we had confidence going into the game. And we weren't tired of hearing about it because we realized it was a bigger distraction for them to hear about themselves and to see Plexico say, well, we'll beat them, 17 or whatever. And Brady said, I guess we can't score any points, huh? So when he did that, I think for us, it was like, oh, he's trying to challenge our manhood. And it's such a macho sport, and we had played them before, that it was seriously, we're going to go out here and try to rip your heart out. And I've never seen, and I'll be honest with you, Urlacher lied a little bit earlier. No. I'm going to translate for him.
Okay.
Because when Brian Westbrook said, well, if you run into the hole, you know what, I don't want to hear a guy who's injured. I try to knock his ass out.
Yeah, he right.
I'm telling you right now, he is out there. He's out there, so you deem him as healthy. None of us, nobody feels good out there. You're all beat up. If I got a chance, as much trouble as Brian gives you on the field, you don't want him in there if you can help it. Translation. Yeah, that's the translation.
And I appreciate
you want to knock him out.
Thanks for being real.
Thank you, Joe. I try to be. But, that game was great. That game is great. We proved a lot of people wrong. I won a lot of friends some money, I found out, even though I didn't get a cut. But I'm happy. that they did well. And you know what? The Patriots have won, what, 3 out of the last 5.
Yeah.
So you win money for friends. Here's the question I have. You're a guy that's laying down thousands heavy every weekend. Now, you're about to fight what could be one of the most entertaining and talked about fights. I mean, maybe since the 80s when I was watching Hearns and Hagler and Sugar Ray and all that going on. Are you able to bet on yourself?
Oh, yeah, boxers can bet whatever they want on whatever sport they want.
Have you
to bet.
checked the rules? Is that right?
Yeah, absolutely.
Really?
Yes. Yes.
How's that possible? What do you mean?
I don't know how
I
it's
have
possible.
a sneaking suspicion Mayweather's going down in the first. I mean, you have to bet
as long as you're not betting
positive.
on the other guy.
Yeah.
Well,
You
who's
can bet
gonna
on
check
yourself.
that?
Somebody. You can't.
Oh,
Somebody.
Are you really going to bet against yourself?
Do you think Floyd is ever going to bet on somebody else?
For a guy that just lost 200 grand on the Brady and the Patriots, I
There's
don't
not
know. It's a
enough money.
possibility.
There's not enough money in the world.
No.
for
No,
Floyd.
I know. You would never. You wouldn't bet against yourself, would you?
Peyton Manning got me a lot
It's
of
not
money.
in his DNA.
Peyton Manning got me a lot of money.
He did.
Or what, like 1.3. 1.3. He tough.
He's tough.
I should have been a boxer, man.
Tell him, Floyd, the grass is always greener on the other side.
What would you want to? You know, all actors want to be athletes. All athletes want to be actors, Michael.
He's doing a good job.
He do a good
You know
job.
what I got
He
to
do a
tell
good
you.
job.
You see how natural he is, and he's actually the one getting the most laughs. I can tell you right now, he's got a major career in television, and this man right here has got a major career in movies after this is over.
Thank you.
Really?
Yeah, no doubt about it.
Thank you.
What
So-
about Joe?
No, not so much.
Joe's good doing what he's doing. Joe's good doing what he's doing.
Yeah.
You want to,
Yeah,
you know your
that's right.
limitations.
I can't get enough of
I
brothers.
was hanging at.
That's right.
Hey, Joe.
I thought this was a healthy
Joe.
healthy environment.
We're both Fox guys. This is supposed to be nothing but love.
I know.
Just for you, we
I'm
got
just-
another special guest, Artie Lang. Come on.
Oh, yeah!
Hey,
Thank
Joe,
God.
I worked out at Mark House before. He hold the mitts for me.
No.
Yeah, I was in the gym.
hanging
I
out
got
at his
a
house.
full boxing ring and everything. at
Well,
my
then
house.
you're playing both sides, because I understand you're a Pacquiao guy.
Listen.
Hey, I'm just trying to find out, was he a Pacquiao guy 15 years ago when the world didn't even hear about Pacquiao?
Right. Well,
When I was dominating the sport of
Let me
boxing.
tell you something. That's a good question. I am very good friends with Manny, and I've been friends with Floyd. And as much as I wanted to see this fight happen, I'm also extremely nervous. But this is the most important fight for boxing, period.
Yeah.
no, it
Well,
is.
And
well,
Floyd-
well, I'm an American citizen, and I believe, I want the American people to stand behind me, like our American soldiers. You gotta realize, fans can't get in there and fight for him. Once we get in that square circle, it's just me and him one-on-one. One-on-one.
Right.
No doubt about it. And I think, I think they're both the best at what they do. This is what the sport needs. You got mixed
Well,
martial arts.
my record shows that I'm the best at what I do.
Oh yeah, listen. I know Floyd's been what, pro for 11 years and champion for 10? Or is it 12 and 11 now?
Man, I don't know how long. I've been champion my whole career, basically.
So, yeah.
You almost had to get in the middle of these two.
Nah. You know
no,
what?
I like Mark.
I know.
But I tell you this right now. He's phenomenal to watch in the ring, outside the ring. He's phenomenal to watch and best at what he does. But just I think as boxing fans, because I saw you at one of the last fights, you just want to see a great fight, and you know how much these guys put into it. So you just want to see these guys go out and do their best, because you know they're both going to go out there and they're going to battle. And you never know. I mean, it's just like any other sport. You never know what's going to happen, but you can't argue against Floyd's record. You can't argue with what he's done.
I know what's
can't.
going to happen. I predict. I know what's going to happen. Because it's hard to predict what's going to happen, because, of course, your job in boxing is like a cop. One shot can end your whole career.
Right.
And it's different from a team sport than one-on-one combat. In I think that I'm a very, very smart and intelligent fighter. That's why I was able to be in the sport of boxing so long and dominate the sport of boxing, you know, just being smart. And I always tell people all the time, there's nothing cool about taking punishment and getting paid.
That's it. That's all you got. Last word. Floyd, Michael, Mark, thank you guys very much. Hang out. We'll continue.